Today we're going to try to figure out one of primary series' more challenging transitions, jumping back from Bhujapidasana. So as you come up out of Bhujapidasana, you want to start to straighten your legs. And then as your feet go back, your hips lift. That lifts your weight away from your arms and gives you space to jump back from the pose into Chaturanga. Some of the issues that might come up as you come up out of here is that it's difficult to clear your legs off the floor. So try going with one leg and then the other. It gives you a little bit more space. However, once you're there, you get stuck on your arms sometimes. You can't jump back. Try coming down, putting your knees a little higher, and then from there, working the jump back. Sometimes when you try to jump back from here, though, it's a little bit frightening. You feel like you're going to do a face plant or something like that. So if you're still at that point where you're worrying about that or that's happening, what you want to do is you want to firm up your arms before you jump and don't let them move. Don't worry about that slow, smooth, balanced jump back. Just shoot your feet back without letting your arms move. You'll have a nice solid foundation. You won't do that face plant, and you can start to get a sense of how to control the movement. You can work it here by stepping back, but notice that the arms don't move when you step back like that. All right, once you've got a sense of that, you can try going back with both feet at the same time. But again, maybe your legs get stuck here. You've really got to lift your hips away from the floor before you're going to be able to jump back from there. That gets the weight off your arms. Otherwise, they're going to be glued to your arms and they really won't move. So to work on that, you can go into that same position where you end up from that move back, and you just want to start to figure out how to get your hips to lift away from the earth. And notice how the knees start to come up toward the arms. You might not be able to get this lift this high, you might barely be able to see it, but work on that movement a little. When you usually start to figure out Bakasana, what you do is you put the weight through your forearms into your hands, and so you're really just balancing on your bones. There's very little strength involved in that. Your weight, it's like a table, it's just sitting on your bones. But now, as you work on this movement, you want to start to get a sense of how you can lift away from that. And there is going to be a little more strength in your arms there. You've got to get this lift, your chest lifting away from the floor. Try doing this, up and then back down. And on the last one, you can jump back from there. Something to work on. And when you've got that down, you can put it all together. Again, coming up, starting to straighten the legs, and from there, letting your feet, one at a time is fine, start to move back. As your hips lift up, gives you some space away from the floor, and then you're going to see if you can jump back to the push-up.